is going to pay, okay? Because the company wants to only worker to work only this, okay? So in order that worker is happy to work this amount, the company only pay this. So this is monopsony image. This WM is monopsony image, and here is this is like market equilibrium. Okay? Then the company doesn't have any bargaining power. So, okay, so what this means that okay, what is the profit of the company? Okay, profit of the company is that okay, this is P. Okay, so here, so company hire this amount of labor, right? And which means that the company produce this amount. P times L is this rectangle. So this is the company's revenue. How much the company is going to pay is here, okay? So which implies that this is the profit of the company. Okay, and okay, and for what? Okay, so this is okay. So this is the producer surplus, okay? And what is workers surplus? Okay, consumer surplus. For the first unit of labor, there's some worker who is very happy to work if he or she can get this way. Okay? But the company pays this way. So this is the consumer surplus for the first unit of labor. Okay? For the second unit of labor, there's some workers who is very happy to work if she can get this. Okay? But company pays this, so this is another net gain for this consumer. So, and for the third unit of labor, there's some worker who is very happy if he or she gets this. So this is another net gain. So which implies this is consumer side, okay? And this is okay? On the other hand, when there's no monopoly, okay, or monopsony, then when there's a monopsony, two graph, okay? Okay, so this is a case L, W, P, okay, A plus 2B, A plus PL, okay, and this is A plus 2BL, okay. Okay. So company hire only this amount of labor, okay, and worker only get this wage, right, and profit of the company is here, okay, and this is consumer's gain, this is producer surplus, okay. With a competitive market where there are so many firms, okay, we know that, okay, and this is W equals A plus PL, okay. This is a market equilibrium, okay. This is the labor supply, right? So which implies that this is a consumer surplus, right? Producer surplus is equal to 0 because profit of the company in this case is 0, okay? Which means social surplus is this. So basically, when the company has a bargaining power, there's some loss of social surplus, which is equal to this. So this is goodwill loss. Okay? Now, okay, consider the case that in this case, what is going to happen if the government start to impose minimum wage. So, which means that company has a bargaining power. So the wage rate is very, very small compared to the market wage rate. Remember, this height is a market wage rate when the company doesn't have any bargaining power. This is a wage rate at the monopsony market. So suppose that the government starts to increase its minimum wage, Okay, you start to impose minimum wage and start to say, okay, every company needs to pay this. Okay, in this case, what is going to happen is that, okay, that company is not allowed to pay this wage rate anymore. Although this is a wage rate to maximize company's profit, but it's not feasible. So given that company is going to need to pay this wage, how much people are going to work this? Because the company say that them to pay this wage rate. Okay? So, okay. So in this case, what is going to happen is that company hire this amount of labor, right, and pay this wage, okay? And profit will become company profit will be this, okay, and this will consumer surplus, okay. So which means debt weight loss is here. So which implies that the debt weight loss becomes smaller, which means the social surplus is going to increase. So this is one case, okay, and that's, as far as I know, this is usually only one case that imposing minimum wage increases social surplus. So this is an interesting case. But the question is that to what extent this model is relevant. Okay? So it's a little bit difficult to think that company has a very, very strong monopsony power in the market. Maybe in some very, very rural area, it might be, but in many huge labor markets in the urban area, it is very difficult, such a big company has a monopsony power. So from an empirical point of view, or maybe, although theoretically this is interesting, that minimum wage can increase social surplus, but from theoretical point, it's a little bit to find such a case. Although some people argue that, okay, that that in reality there are many firms, and we don't see any cases that in the labor market there's only one employer, but because of friction of the labor market, often a company has, to some extent, bargaining power. And several economists argue that in such a case, which means when there's a friction in the labor market and the employer can have some kind of bargaining power, several economists argue that minimum wage can increase social